Later on in the afternoon, I had a chance to meet Beverly's mum, Barbara, who has been living with the family for over a year now since her husband passed away. And I actually got to hear her take on the family.
Most of the time it's chaos. They're very, very active children.
You'll help out here and there?
I help out.
But are they dependent on you?
No. I feel my daughter's very controlling. She feels so put together. Don't tell me what to do. Beverly has major control issues. If she doesn't orchestrate everything herself, she can get snippy.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And shortly after, I got to see exactly what Barbara was talking about.
Go get your homework. Don't make faces at me, just go get it.
It was time for Emmett to do his homework. I could see that tension was building up.
Teacher said you need to study your social studies every night. And I know we've talked about this because I've told you that you need to bring your hello? Look at me. I'm talking to you. Homework is a big issue in our house. Homework is a constant battle. This is a huge test coming up. Stop crying. Stop crying. You don't need to cry. You just need to take a little responsibility. Listen to me. I'm not yelling at you. Look at me. Why don't you take a break, go up in your room, and do a little bit of reading. Read a chapter in your book. I mean, these are things you have to do. You have to do these things. Can you please read a chapter while you're up there?
No.
So what happens with the homework?
It'll get done eventually with a fight.
What a cop-out. Mum told Emmett to go up into his room because she didn't want to deal with this situation, and so she throws in the towel, and then nothing is now going to get achieved. What made you cry?
I was frustrated, and she was just making it more frustrated when she was raising her voice at me. I don't like it when people raise their voices.
And that made you upset because Mum started getting cross?
Obviously, there's a lot of frustration going on in this house. I mean, there's parental issues to deal with, and also the loss of a family member. It can be overwhelming.
Hey, it's been a tough year, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I've had experience myself with losing a parent. It's a loss that totally has you feeling overwhelmed and out of control.
I don't know, I just feel like my whole life is spiraling out of control. Not my whole life, but my family.
So you're very uncomfortable with not having control.
I am a control freak.
Do you think that's been heightened by, obviously, the impact of losing your father?
Sorry.
No, don't be.
I didn't even get to stay with my family. The day after his funeral, we left. Life went on.
What support did you have with respects to dealing with your bereavement?
Here?
Yeah.
None.
How did it affect the kids?
My kids were pretty close with him. Even though we lived so far away.
When you lose a family member and you haven't had the time that you so need to be able to heal, those overwhelming feelings can interfere in the running of a home. But the more that she tries to control that situation, the more that she realizes actually she has no control at all. There really is a lot that needs to be addressed here, and I really do hope that these parents are very open and willing to listen to what I have to say.
I saw so much in the taxi cab. The biggest thing here is discipline. You both need to step up and take control and have that authority when necessary through an action of consequences that allow them to think about their behavior, not corporal punishment. What is the message that you're trying to convey to the children? I'm just going to grab them by their ear, and you know what? I'm going to hurt them and pinch them and lead them up the stairs by their ear roll so that it hurts. And you know what? When they say something that I don't appreciate, I'll just go and put hot sauce on their mouth so that it burns their tongue. When I get really, really angry, I'll just give them a smack. How do you justify doing what you do?
It's the only thing that seems to work for me.
That seems to work. Does it?
Probably not very effective.
Hot sauce does not teach children how to behave. What do we do when Emmett turns around and says, you put a dab and it doesn't hurt, doesn't burn anymore? What are you going to do? Put the whole pot in his mouth? What are you going to do when Emma Jo laughs at you because you spanked her and then she looks at you and says, doesn't hurt? Smack her harder? What you going to do when your children become old enough to smack you back. Nobody's thinking about that.
I am now.
What do you want, Eric?
Peace, patience.
What do you think will allow you to have more patience?
If there's an effective means of discipline that I don't have to go to the extreme, I certainly don't want to have to hit them.
How would you feel as a father?
I'd be proud of myself. I'm doing a good job.
To actually sit here as a father and not feel proud of how you're parenting, it's not a good place to be. Let's talk about homework. You're not listening to Emmett. You've spent a lot of time arguing and not resolving. When Emmett turns around through his emotion and says, I'm so frustrated, and he starts to cry. It's like, I don't want to hear it right now. I don't want to hear this right now. But I'm sure you must be really frustrated right now. And you know what? I can see you're really upset. Work with me here together. Let's look at how we can make this enjoyable. Because right now, it's not working.
It's definitely not.
Beverly, let's talk about your control.
Well, I like things done my way.
Give me what areas?
I like my clothes folded a certain way. Silverware drawer being a certain way, my closets being set up a certain way.
It shows you wanting to control certain areas because everything else is out of control. And it's been heightened by the loss of your father.
I do try to just let go, but it's hard.
It has been a year since you lost your beloved father, Beverly, and I want to talk about that. I don't believe that there's been an opportunity really for you guys to really understand that you are grieving, that you are going through bereavement, that the whole family are hurting in their own individual way.
I try to let my kids talk about it, but not ever going through this before. I don't know how to deal with it.
What I would love to be able to do is to help you all to feel very comfortable with being able to at least mention Grandpa, to start grieving and bereaving and going through the stages of that.
Sounds scary.
It is, because the emotions make you feel like they could kill you. But I'm still here. They don't.
Yeah.
We're going to knuckle down and get some hard work done. Is that something we both want?
I want it.
I think we need it.
Do you need it?
Meeting with Joe was an eye-opener. A lot of things you kind of don't think about when you're doing them. I'm ready to make some changes.
Coming up on SuperNanny, Dad makes a promise to the family.
I need to not be spanking no more.
But will Emerson drive him to break it?
Daddy, you're an idiot!
When SuperNanny returns.